All right, in this video, we are going to talk a little bit about the final project, the nine puzzle application, and how it should look when you get it done, and the functionality it should have. So, when you run it, it should display the puzzle itself. Here, I've made it so that it mixed up the numbers, so it's a little bit easier to demonstrate that way. You don't have to do that. Um, so it displays the puzzle itself, which is the two-dimensional array that we were talking about before. You want it displayed in this kind of 3 by 3 grid, and one of the numbers is missing here. Okay, and then so that's the first thing, right? That's what your application will display, that array. And then the next thing, it will ask for the user to enter a move. And so the goal of this, if you haven't done this puzzle before, is to get it back in the standard order where it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, 8 on the bottom. Okay, and you can do that by moving the numbers around. So you're asking the user to enter the number, one of these numbers, 1 through 8, um, and then move that number if it is allowed. Okay, so you can only move numbers into this space area itself. So, for instance, if I type 3, that's going to be a legal move, and you're going to see what it will do is move the 3 into where the space is, like so. All right, so you can see that the 3 is moved down here. All right, so the puzzle is displayed again, and then the user is prompted again to enter another move. And so I'm going to enter an 8, which is a legal move, right? This 8 can be moved down into this space here. So that's what's going to happen. And the next move, I am going to move a 1 over into the space here. Okay, and so that's what you're going to do, is start moving these numbers around, moving numbers into the space, and you want to get it so that it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 on the bottom. Okay, so 1, 2, 3 across the first row, 4, 5, 6 on the second row, and 7, 8 on the third row. So that's what you want to do. These were all legal moves that I entered here. So let's say that I enter a number like 77. That's obviously not a legal move, and so when that happens, will what will happen is the board will not change. Okay. Let's try, say, something like 3, right? 3 is not a legal move because the space is not next to the 3 to move it into. So if I type 3, right, I am going to it's not going to do anything. It's just going to display the puzzle all over again. Okay, so display the array, prompt the user for the move, right? And if the move is a legal move, right, then you're going to change the board, change the numbers, um, and then display the 2D array and the prompt again. If the move is illegal, you're essentially going to ignore it. You won't make the change, and so on and so forth. All right, and so that's the basics of it. The user will continue to play the game. I'm not going to play the whole game, but just show you a little bit of the gameplay here. Nope. should be the easy part here. All right, and so on and so forth. So I want to move this up, this 4, 5, 6 up to the middle row, the 7, 8 to the bottom row. Okay, and so that will keep going for however long the user wants it to go, right, until they solve it or they get tired of playing it. And then at the very end, right, the user will press 0 to end the game, and that's it. Okay. So that is the basic functionality of the 9 puzzle. That's what you need to do. Okay. So what you need to do, right, first off, before you do anything, is to sit down and figure out what it is that you need to do, right? Obviously, you are repeating the same things over and over again. So go through and analyze those things that you need to do each time this goes, right? And some of them are pretty easy, like, right, you know you're going to display the puzzle. Okay, you know that you're going to ask the user to enter some an int, right? And so then you're going to get that information from the user, right? And then some things are not so obvious, right? Like you're going to have to analyze this number that the user typed in and decide, hey, is that a legal move or not a legal move? Okay, to me that's probably one of the more difficult parts of this assignment. If it is a legal move, then you're going to have to, swap these things out and so on. So once you get the tasks that you have to do each round, right, then obviously you're going to use a loop to repeat those options over and over again. Okay, and we will talk a little bit more about some of those things in subsequent videos.